Yo, what is up, guys? Today we're gonna do a different video that I haven't done till now, but I want to start doing these every single patch. I'm just gonna do a patch rundown like LS and other people do, just in case people wanna hear my thoughts about everything. And yeah, so get into it. I know this is kind of late for this patch because it's already been like 4 days, but I'll be doing them as soon as the patch comes out from now on. Yeah. Bug fixes. I don't know what that's about. Okay, first we have Azir. So I'm just gonna like go over it and like give my thoughts about it. At least for like high elo and like talk about low elo too. First we have Azir, Q cost decreased. I mean, I don't think Azir is very good at all at the moment, in solo queue at least. I wouldn't even say he's good in low elo. He scales really hard and he has like early prio, but he's not really good for those crab fights, which is like really the meta right now. Like if you're thinking the meta mid laners, like Set, Lee Sin, all those. I don't think he's that bad though, but I think you'd see him in a competitive setting, not solo queue as much, just because yeah, he takes too long to scale. He's not really strong early, and yeah, I don't know. He's just not good for those crab fights. So I don't think this change is really gonna do too much at all, honestly. Help his early game a bit, but I don't think that matters too much. So I don't think we're gonna see much Azir still. Well, maybe. Spider Form on hit damage, 30% AP and 20% AP. I saw that her win rate went down like 3% actually, so it's pretty huge. I'm not really sure if this is based on her spiders or just herself, but either way, her win rate went down really hard. She's pretty good right now in the meta, in my opinion. Here's really high win rate. She's kind of like AP Xin Zhao, which I think Xin Zhao is really good. But yeah, I don't think she's as good anymore, and other AP options are probably just better, like Rumble, Diana. I know they got nerfed too, and we'll get to that. Yeah, I still think Elise is probably fine, but just not as good as other AP junglers now. Buffing Ezreal, giving him 2 armor, and a little health regen. Eh. I mean, I don't think this does anything. Like, Ezreal's thing is just like, if he gets late game, he's just gonna win anyway, because like, his late game is disgusting. So I don't really... I mean, it helps his early game a little bit, I guess. I mean, it's not bad, but I feel like this doesn't do anything, because like, it's still the same thing, like if he gets late game, he wins, but I guess it makes his early game a little bit better, so that's good. Base 80 growth up by 1. So like, at a crab fight, when he's level 4, level 3, he gets 4 extra AD, 3 extra AD. It actually helps a lot because I think it's like, I don't know, there's something weird. Because I know like people always meme about Graves changes when it's like this, but I remember he was like the worst champ of the game, then they buffed his AD by like 2, and then he became Thanos and was like the best champ ever made. So I think it has something to do with like his auto, because his auto counts as like 4 auto attacks. So I don't know if it's like, if he has 4 extra AD that's like actually 4 times 4? 16? Something like that? I don't think it works like that, but I know AD is like better than on him than other people, so we may be seeing Graves again, which no one likes Graves. The champ's design is, I mean, it's an opinion, but I think Graves' design is pretty bad. It's just, you just come out of the jungle, can't be hit by anything, like you just have like 3,000 armor, so I'm not really a big fan of Graves. But yeah, maybe this brings him back. I don't think he was that bad before. I did Versa Graves recently, and he did feel kind of stronger, so I think it's probably going to bring him back. Buffing Hecarim. I know Hecarim is bad, but like, we had to deal with Hecarim for like 7 months. Like, we don't want him back, man. Just keep him in the dumpster a little bit. Buffing ratio a little bit. Minimum damage up. Still don't think he's gonna be very good. Just because like the nerfs are pretty huge. It's fair. It's fair that they're giving him some power because the nerfs are way too big. But don't really think this brings him back at all. Maybe he's okay. I versed someone recently and he literally like popped off and still was pretty useless. So I'm not too sure. I still think this champ's pretty weak compared to like Udyr, which they're not nerfing Udyr still. It's just kind of laughable. That champ's been best champ of the game for 6 months, 5 months. I don't know. Pretty crazy. Yeah, I don't think this brings him back. I think there are better AD options. I think Xin Zhao is very good and underrated. Who else? Kindred, Xin Zhao, and Lee Sin's though. And we're nerfing Lee Sin. Ha, nerfing. E cooldown increased by 1 second. I'm gonna be honest. Tempest. Tempest, that's my name in it. This is the best champ in the game. This is the best champ. He has played top lane, he has played mid lane, he has played jungle. Probably gonna be played support. Honestly, I wouldn't even think support Lee Sin's that bad. For a champion this broken, especially in high elo, the fact that they're only nerfing his E by 1 second is pretty crazy. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy to me. Like, this champ, this is not a nerf. Like, this is not a nerf. This does nothing. The only way this is a nerf is if you're literally using your E on cooldown 24/7, which you're not. Like, you're really not. You have to, like, get up. You can literally just kite back for 1 second and then go back into the wave. Like, this does absolutely nothing. I don't know whose idea for the change was, but this does absolutely nothing. Maybe it hurts his jungle clear a little bit, but, like, I don't know. It's crazy. Leona, probably the best tank support in the game recently. Fair nerf. I mean, she shouldn't be doing that much damage. I've seen a Leona solo kill a Yasuo, honestly, late game, so don't think a champion this tanky has any reason to be doing that much damage, so I think it's fair. It's a fair nerf. Still think she's gonna be really good, but maybe other tank supports will come in, but still think she's the best tank support alongside like Nautilus. Rella's okay, but she's kind of scary to blind, and Galio's pretty good too. Nerfing Mastery, this is more of a low elo buff, nerf, but well, I mean it's like getting nerfed because of low elo, although it's sort of popping off in high elo too. Decreasing his AD. This is fair because, like, he was basically just one-shotting people with his Q. It was basically like AP, but with AD, so I think this is fair. I think this champion needs a rework, but probably never going to rework him. He's still going to be fine in low elo. This does not affect him in low elo, like, at all, so if you're abusing Mastery for elo, you keep doing it. This doesn't really do too much. Just makes his Duskblade build a bit worse, which I don't even think this champ should be building Duskblade. It's not healthy. And yeah. Riot Games bringing back their for fun changes in the jungle. Who would have thought Morgana jungle would be very toxic for the game? Like, you can't really just make champions that aren't junglers and just be like, okay, we're gonna make this champion a jungler just by making their clear speed so fast that it has to be a jungler. Like, that's just lazy. Like, that's not making someone a cool jungler. That's just dumb. That's like, okay, making Yasuo a jungle and making it so his EQ just one-shots the whole monster wave. Yasuo will still be a shit jungler, but he won't be played just because he clears the jungle instantly. You know? So it's just like, that's just lazy design in my opinion. It's just like, it's not fun. That's not cool. I don't know, that's boring. So yeah, she's still probably gonna be good. I don't think this it's gonna hurt her for sure, but I mean, I don't think she should be automatically S tier. So I think Morgana, a champion who is literally picked based on her Black Shield ability to cancel CC, Morgana should not be being picked every single game, even if the enemy team doesn't have CC. Like, that is just stupid. She shouldn't be an all-around champion, so hopefully it makes her more of a situational pick, but I still think probably still going to be meta. Doesn't hurt her that much, but maybe I'm wrong. Nautilus, this is fine, because I know a lot of people saying, oh, this one's a for fun change too, but Nautilus was made to be a jungler. Like, when he came out in Season 3? Season 2? I forget which season. One of those. He was made to be a jungler. Like, he's not supposed to be a support. He was supposed to be a jungler and a top laner. So I think this is fine, and I still heard that he is not, like, OP at all in the jungle. I just heard he's viable. So, like, this change is fine. This is the role he's supposed to be played. Not support. He's really boring as support anyway, because all he is, like, oh, I hook and kill someone instantly. I mean, I know that it's gonna be, like, in the jungle, but he's kind of cool in the jungle, because, like, he gets farm, he gets to be a tank. Just cooler, thematically, too. So, I think this is a good change. Makes him viable, but not, like, OP, so I like it. This changes absolutely nothing, I'll be honest. Oops. Changes absolutely nothing. The reason why Kiana is shitting on people in solo queue is not because of her movement speed. She has so much movement speed already that like this does not matter. Like she already gets like... You max his ability lost, by the way. So losing 2% movement speed in the late game at level 18 is not going to do anything. You max his ability literally last. I mean, it's still 2% in the beginning, but like still, like 2% is not gonna... The issue with her is that they overbuffed her damage so hard. I literally had a game yesterday where I versed a Kiana, solo killed her twice. Solo killed her twice. I was 2-0, she was 0-2. I come back to lane, I even bought a cloth armor, and then she just has a Dirk. One shots me full to 0. I'm like, wait, you're 0-2. So I think that's a bit nuts. I think her damage should be put down a bit. Also, the way to fix this champion is make it so her EQ doesn't automatically lock onto you. Not sure why a champion who could have been really hard is just given an aimbot. That's like if you EQ someone as Yasuo and it just follows their flash and like just air blades for you or something, or Beyblades for you. It's just like, why? Like, what? There's such a lack of skill. Just doing I don't know, EQ, it's just so stupid. This doesn't do anything, she's still gonna be broken as fuck in solo queue. Stupid. Thank god they're nerfing Rumble Jungle. No idea why they overbuffed this champion so hard. On hit damage cap against monsters, 120 to 80. That's a pretty big nerf. I still think he's gonna be really good because the champion is just nuts. Probably gonna be better mid lane and top lane now. I think this champion's always been broken. I think they overbuffed him. I think he needs a nerf on his damage for his Q or his on hit. Not just against monsters. Like this champion just overheats and one shots people. That's stupid. Like I think this champion needs to be nerfed even more. At least for lane. Like he is just so broken for lane. The only reason like he's not getting nerfed for lane is because he's being like overshadowed in the jungle. But like trust me, like this champion mid lane is even better than jungle. Hopefully they nerf his mid lane eventually, but pretty crazy. Base HP growth. I don't think this really does anything because if you get into range where you're getting hit anyway, you're probably just gonna die. I don't think... How much is that? Like 12 per level? It's like 1 auto attack, 2 auto attacks. And maybe that can make the difference. I don't even think Ryze is that bad to begin with. Just because he can push lanes really hard, get priority. I don't think he's the best though. He's very vulnerable, so pretty bad against assassins, I would say. Which I guess, yeah, that's why they're increasing his health. I think it's a good change. I don't think Ryze is OP at all. I think he definitely needs some help. I think he's like really close to becoming very good, but I think he needs something else besides this too. So I think it's a good change. I don't think it's going to help too much, but yeah. Alright, the Senna changes. Bonus attack range per 20 miss, 25 to 20. That's a good change. Very toxic that she could just have more range than Kog'Maw and W. Lethal healing, piercing darkness healing of scales with lethality. I mean, I don't think people are gonna build lethality on Senna. Like, what are you gonna build? Duskblade on her? It seems a bit awkward. I feel like if you're playing Senna, I mean, maybe. They're increasing her AP ratios too. So like maybe you could do like a Moonstone build for the AP. Then the Moonstone build will make your ult do more damage, will make your... I mean, it just increases your movements. It's only going to make your art do more damage, so I don't even think it's worth building AP. Nah, that sounds trash. Maybe you could build Duskblade. That's the only thing I could think. Like, Prowler sounds bad. Oh, maybe you can do the... I've seen in pro play people rush the killing ward item. Maybe you could do that. I forget what it's called. The one that kills wards. Gives lethality. Maybe you just rush that into Duskblade? Just go like... I saw someone go Divine Sunder on here. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. I'm no Senna expert, but... I think these changes are... How does this like ruin the tank build? Frostfire Gauntlet has become Senna's dominant support build. How does this take away from the I don't understand how that takes away. Like in my mind, this just makes it so she has even more builds and she's even more broken. Like this doesn't get rid of the Frostfire build. They didn't do anything to get rid of it. Because like the attack range isn't just for tank build, it's for every build. Yeah, I don't know, that's weird. That's really weird. So now she just can go tank build, she can go lethality build, and it's even stronger. Go Kraken build. Pretty odd. I think this is just straight out buffs. It makes no sense to me, but okay. I'm at Riot Games. Oh, buffing Seraphine. Buffing base shield, max rank 150, or at level 18, 150 to 225. Sheesh, that's a lot. Base ally shield up by 52. That's pretty big. I don't think Seraphine mid's very good in the meta, just because, as I said, the meta is about like prioritizing getting mid prio. I don't think. Well, Seraphine does have fast pushing potential, but she's not going to be good for the crab fights. I think the chip's definitely good, but I think she's better AD carrier support than mid, but could be wrong. Pretty big buffs, but this just doesn't really help her mid lane, so I think she's going to be more about AD and support. Even though they said they didn't want her to be a support, so it's a little weird, but whatever. Anyways, we got Shaco Nerfs. Nerfing AP Shaco, that's good. I mean, I don't even think AP Shaco is broken, it's just annoying, so I don't really mind these changes. Kinda feel bad for Shaco mains though, because I don't even think this champ's like S tier or anything. I think he's definitely good. He's like a low S or he's probably like A tier. But compared to like Rumble, Diana, and all that shit, like that shit's so much more broken than Shaco. So I mean, don't think these are really warranted, but maybe. It was annoying to play against if you're melee. So E cooldown now scales. So max rank 2 seconds off. I already think Singe is a really good champion, so I don't think he needs this. Doesn't really make him broken or anything anyway, just 2 seconds. It helps for sure, but I think this champ's already super underrated in situations, so it's just even better in those situations. Teemo Buffs. I talked to Menko about these actually. He said if you build like CDR in Teemo, it feels really good because it's like up a lot. That's like a 5-second cooldown or something. I mean, this isn't his issue. Like, you're not picking like Teemo is not bad because like he doesn't have his W up enough, you know. So it's like, just a quality of life change. This isn't Teemo's issues. I think Teemo's pretty bad, but yeah, I guess this helps him evade ganks and catch up to people. So it's pretty good. Thank God we're nerfing Urgot. This chap is broken. Not sure what this really does, but better than nothing. I think his champ's really OP right now. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. Not sure like how much that affects his all-ins because I don't play Urgot, but better than nothing. Okay, now we're on to the items. Top tank items. Nerfing Bramble by 5 armor. Bramble's buff damage no longer scales with bonus. Really? Damn. This got nerfed pretty hard then. Doesn't really do that much reflect damage, and lost 5 armor. It's still gonna be a good item. I think you're just only gonna build this for the anti-AoE, which is good. Like, this item should only be built for the anti. Like, this item was being built against everything, which is just stupid. Like, that's just dumb to me. That doesn't make any sense. So, that's good. This is a good change for sure. Warmog. This change is really odd. Warmog's armor, 3,000 max health to 1,100 bonus health. I mean, Warmogs literally counts as 800 of that. So you just go Warmogs at a Ruby Crystal, and then you have the Warmogs passive. Like, you could build this on Scion and just have like Garen passive. Like, any tank can just get Garen passive with one item now. It's a bit odd. I don't know how good it is because I feel like who you're versing can just rush like Leandries or Bork or something. But yeah, I don't know. This seems actually really good though if you're against like a Teemo or a Kennen. And they're just poking you. You just like walk away, get full HP over and over again. Seems like a weird change. I don't really know how to feel about it. Weird. Warden Zero. Did they buff this? 0.5% max up 5 plus. Wait, they buffed this? Really? Wait. Pretty crazy. Yeah, like what? You just rush this now for 5? That's pretty crazy. What? Yeah, maybe you rush Warden's Mail over Bramble, honestly. I don't know how much armor Warden's Mail gives, to be honest though, but yeah, if you don't need the anti-heal, I think you just rush Warden's Mail if you want it, which is a good change in my opinion. Like, I've always been bigger fan of randoms because randoms is so slept on. I already think it's really good. They're doing the same thing with randoms, yeah. I think on Gwen, if I don't need the anti-heal, I'm just gonna rush a Warden's Mail and then go into randoms later. I think this item is like already broken. No, they buffed it, I think? They buffed the early game and like nerfed the late game. Yeah, random's active, you like jump into 5 people, you activate it, everyone does 10% less damage. Like that's crazy. Really good. They did the same thing to Frozen Heart. 7 blocks of flat 7. Attack speed lowered to 20%. That's a lot. I think Randuin's Omens and Frozen Heart are going to be picked up a lot more, which is good. I really love Randuin's Omens, so obviously, like, I'm not going to use Frozen Heart because none of the champions I play, Yasuo, you don't need the CDR, don't need the mana, so. But champions that are, like, super tanky that dive in, this item's probably really good. Very underrated item. Yeah, Moonstone, oh yeah, buffing Seraphine and Moonstone same patch, a little odd. 4% up to 20%, 6% up to 30%. So it starts out better and scales. It goes up better. I mean, yeah, I think Moonstone's probably back then. Play like Soraka, Seraphine. Seems pretty good. Seraphine's probably coming back as support or AD carry. Black Cleaver, very small buff, doesn't really do too much. I mean, 6% is a lot actually. 6% is a lot. 30% of their armor. I already thought this item was good, so yeah, I think it's even better. Obviously, I wouldn't probably build this on Leona or Yasuo, but it's good on bruisers. Like Riven, it's even better. Oh my god. Dude, every patch Riven gets even stronger. That's so crazy. Well, what's up to the Riven mains, I guess? I should pick up that championship. Oh, they buffed this? Doubly empowered on hit, 10% maximum, 12% maximum health. 50% for melee, 65% for melee, and they buffed it for ranged. Interesting. I saw Senna build this, maybe that's why. He was really good against tanky comps. Yeah, I mean, just seems good if you're against a lot of tanks, and you want to build this instead of Triforce. Seems good. Let me buff this, 25%. Is that a nerf? Yeah, it's a nerf. Think where it scales better. Also, 6 seconds. That's a lot. Tapping down Senna's. Oh, this is how they nerf the Senna. Oh, okay. Tapping down Senna's favorite mythic, range users can more easily and repeatedly land pressure slow, so we're bringing down its power for them. I mean, this isn't why. This isn't why Senna tank build was broken. Like, it just made the most sense. Like, she didn't even really want the slow that badly. It was just like she wanted a tanky item, so she was tanky. I don't think this does anything. Like, I don't know. I mean, honestly, maybe she just switches to Divine Sunderer, and then she's like equally as like broken. I mean, honestly, Divine Sunderer is probably better to begin with. Give like the same HP. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably fine. Probably go like Divine Sunderer into like lethality on her, maybe. That could be a good build. Yeah, I still think Senna's gonna be broken, so whatever. Doesn't really do much. Staff of Flowing Water, self ally 20, 40 AP, 25 to 45 AP based on target's level. For a second. Okay, just buffing it by 5. I mean, whatever. Doesn't really do much. Buffing this item for 0, honestly. I mean, I guess they're just so bad on ranged units, they wanted to make it viable. Yeah, now it's broken on both. Well, not broken on range, but yeah, whatever. This item, I don't play support, so I don't really want to talk about it too much, but I've heard that's better now. Yeah, like, this is insane. Upon reaching level 13, including a support cross... Oh, no. Yeah, this. Visualize Moonstone now increases ability power, ability haste, bonus attack damage, and health by 12%. So all your stats get buffed by 12%. So that's pretty crazy. I don't know when you would build this, but... Yeah, I mean, 12% on all of your abilities and shit. Like, this is probably good on Senna now, I would assume. Maybe. Because, like, Senna scales with everything. Maybe, or Pike or something. Seems good. Nerfing Hail Blades, thank god. Everyone was using this. Every single champion was using this. Very good nerf. This was way too OP for trading in lane. Kaisa, some other AD carry used it. Forgot. This is what I take on Xin Zhao. Maybe it's not as... I think it's fine for Xin Zhao, because it's just like you use it while ganking. You only get one off anyway, so it doesn't really change much with him. But maybe you can go Conquer on him more because of it. Biscuits, instead of... Not 30 gold? No, 20. 20 gold, it's 5 gold, so there's a lot of gold off it. This is kind of random, but I think it's a fine change. It was kind of random how you could just like sell all your biscuits, get the mana from it, and make that much gold, so it's fair. Biscuits are kind of dominating. And the skins. I like the Mordekaiser skin a lot. That's about it. Oh, the other skins are kind of meh, in my opinion. Maybe the Senna one's good. I hate the Sejuani one, just looks like Vayne. This one just looks like Warwick. Laos is cool too. Garrus is probably okay. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Project skins, I'll be honest. They're pretty boring to me, but yeah, I like the Mordekaiser one. And yeah, that's it for the first patch rundown. I'll just go over it again, just like closing thoughts. Don't think the patch does really much of anything. I'll just go by this. Like, the Elise nerfs definitely hit her. Lisa nerfs don't do anything. Leona, very little. Morgana, very little. Kiana does nothing. Rumble hurts his jungle, but he's still broken mid-top. Shaco definitely hurts him. I don't think he really needed to be nerfed, but maybe it's fine. Urgot, hopefully it hurts him. I don't really know much about Urgot. Azir doesn't really help him that much. He's still bad in solo queue. Ezreal, still the same. Doesn't really affect him. Graves, I don't know how much that attack damage does. Maybe it brings him back. Hopefully not. Hecarim, still bad in my opinion. Nautilus, I heard he's okay jungle, but I don't think he can really play against the meta jungler, so doesn't really sound that good. Rise doesn't really do much. He's still meh. He still needs like a little bit more in my opinion. Teemo doesn't really do much. He's still pretty bad. Quality of life change though. Seraphine might come back as like an AD or support. Buffed Moonstone, buffed her. Singed, already thought he was really good. He's gonna be even better. This champ, very sleeper. And yeah, I think Randuin's is just a really good item. Frozen Heart is going to be used on tanks a lot more. Warmogs, as an early game item, seems kind of toxic to the game, but maybe not. Gonna see it a lot more. Gonna see Wardstone a lot more. Divine Sunder on Senna and other people against tanky comps, probably really good. Moonstone with Seraphine, probably gonna be busted. Hate that champ. Don't really want to bring it back. Don't know if it's still really that good on ranged. I think this item was just fine being melee only. It should be melee only. That should be the counterplay of it. Like, oh, you have to draft a melee champion to counter these shield champions. I don't think it should be both. So if they're gonna make it broken on both, then like shield shouldn't even be in the game. Just stupid. Oh yeah, Senna can build that too. So it's like Divine Sunder plus Shieldbreaker on Senna, and then she heals more from the lethality. I don't know, they just like buff Senna even more when she's already broken. That's so crazy. She just has even like more paths. So yeah, Senna, even more Giga broken, I guess. Mastery changes, doesn't really matter. It's just like if he gets going, he's gonna kill everyone anyway. Biscuit change, really good. Everyone was abusing those. That helps a lot for people who don't use them, aka Yasuo, Yon, all those people. I mean, they still get the sustain from lane, so doesn't really do much. It's just like there's no like fallback plan. If you don't need them, you can't just sell them. Free gold, so there's that. And Halo Blades, good nerf for laning because it shouldn't be up 24/7. And yeah, if you enjoyed these, just comment below and let me know if you want to see more of them. Alright, peace out guys, and have a good one.